Okay, this is a continuation of what we were doing yesterday, just a little bit of extra practice. What we're going to do is for homework, your homework is going to be numbers 4, numbers 8, and numbers 10. All right, so we're going to work on number 3. We're going to work on number 3. A line that passes through 0, 7 and is parallel to this line right here. Okay, so what we're doing, we have a original line here. We have one that goes through -19, and then we have another one that's going through 0, 7, so something kind of like this. So we have the equation of this line. We're trying to find the equation of our new line. It looks something like this. Okay? Hold your excitement in. All right, so how do you do this? Well, first thing you need to do is you need to find the slope of the first one. What's the slope of our first line? Who thinks it's 0? Raise your hand if you think it's 0. Raise your hand if you think it's 4x. Raise your hand if you think it's -19. Raise your hand if you think it's 7. Raise your hand if you think it's none of those. I know for a fact it's not 4x. It's 4. Well, the slope of this line is 4. It is not 4x. No, it's completely different. 4/1's fine. It's 4. It's just not 4x. If a line is parallel, it has to have if our second line is parallel, it has to have the same slope as our first line. So what is the slope of our second line? Also 4. So let's plug it into this equation here. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Plug it in. Y minus 0, or this is our x, this is our y. Y minus 7 is equal to our new slope of 4 times x minus 0. Now the problem is, we'd be done, but we have a slight problem. Our slight problem is, it asks us to solve it in slope-intercept form. That slope-intercept form right here. Does that look like this? So we're going to have to make this look like this. Yeah, the first step we would do is we want to distribute. Distribute here, distribute here. Y minus 7 is equal to 4x minus 4 times 0. I'm just showing all the distribution, not skipping any steps right now. Y, so we have y minus 7 is equal to 4x minus 4 times 0 is 0. We want to add 7 to both sides. Y is equal to 4x plus 7. Yeah, you start with the slope-intercept form. Okay. Number 4 is homework, yes. And you have to be happy about it. You're not happy about it? You're right. It's double homework Friday. And since it's double homework Friday, we're doing number. You guys have 6 due to now too. Man, I completely forgot about double homework Friday today. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. All right, missed the problem. All right. Let's work on number 4. No, I'm just joking. Except for she does, because she was very defiant. 4, 8, and 10. No. No. We're doing number 5. Okay. So, we have M1 is equal to, what's our slope of our first line? -2 over 3. What's the slope for our second line if it's parallel to the first line? -2 over 3. Who wants to tell me, raise your hand, who wants to tell me what the formula for this is going to be? So what is it, Jonathan? Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Good job. Plug it in. This is your x1. This is your y1. Y minus 2 is equal to m times x minus 6. We got to distribute. Distribute here. Distribute here. -2/3 x. And then we have this minus, which is going to be in a plus later. 2/3 times 6. So let's focus on just this part right here. We have -2 over 3 times 6 over 1. It is. Who thinks it's positive for? Raise your hand. Then later it'll be positive, yeah. -2 times 6 is -12 divided by 3. That's going to end up being -4. All right. Minus -4. Well, minus -4 becomes a +4. No, you're not stupid. Okay. So, +2 on both sides. And our answer is going to be equal to -2/3 x is equal plus 6. Are you ready to move on? Yep. Moving on. You're good now? All right, I'm going to show you guys a shortcut. Okay, I'm not going to tell you, there's a pattern defining what M2 is, right? So this time it's perpendicular, right? Yeah. So we know we need to find the line, the second line. We know M1 is -5. We don't know what M2 is, but there's a really easy pattern to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what M2 is for all of these ones down here. And then I want you to figure out what the pattern is. M1 is going to be 1/5 for this one. M2 for this one is going to be -1/2 for this one. M2 for this one is going to be 3/2. Ten is going to be -2/1, which is the same as 2. Okay, so turn to your partner and tell them what you think the pattern is. Why don't you have to your partner? Oh, you can be. I'll be your partner. What's the pattern? It's not the opposite. Oh, put it over 1? Where's the 1 in that one?
I said the opposite. He said something over 1. What if it's a positive? You could turn negative.
That's positive. That's not just flip. The sign changes. Okay, so what is the pattern? Who should I call on? What is the pattern to it? You know who I've never called on? Jesus. What's the pattern? What's the pattern defined in M2? They flip, but they also change signs. They flip and change signs. So, this one, they flipped around and changed sides. So, M2 is equal to 1/5. Let's plug it into our formula. Y minus Y1 is equal to M times X minus X1. Plug it in. This is your X1, this is your Y1. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/5 of, I want to change this to -5. What? Why did I change it? Because you're going to have 2 divided by 5 when you cross. No, I'm telling you to change it. That's the slope you choose. And I'm telling you to change this point. No, to -5/2. That's all I'm saying. Is change this number here. So that's going to be X minus -5. X minus -5 is the same as +5. Y minus 2, distribute 1 here, is 1/5 X, distribute here, plus 1/5 times 5. Let's do 1/5 times 5. It is 1. 1/5 times 5 over 1. Multiply across. That's 5 and 5, which is 1. y2 is equal to 1/5 x plus 1. Okay, I'm tired of not being able to do my lecture right now. Plus 2, and we get y is equal to 1/5 x plus 3. This gave me a lot of fun. All right, raise your hand if you want to do another example. No. One more example? Okay. Y minus 2 is right here. Yeah. No. 11's easy. 11, you just it's just has a graph. It's like the exact same thing. Okay. Okay. Our first slope for this line is what? What's our first slope? -2 over 3. Our second slope is what? 3 over 2. Let's plug it into our formula. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Let's start plugging these bad bears in. This is our x1, this is our y1. Y minus 3 is equal to 3 over 2 times x minus x1. That is going to turn to a positive. Plus, because a positive. So we're going to have to distribute here, and we're going to have to distribute here. Y minus 3 is equal to 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2 times 12. Three over 2 times 12 over 1 is 36 over 2 is 18. Okay. So now we know this is 18. So we have 3 over 2x plus 18 is equal to y minus 3. Add 3, we get y is equal to 3 over 2x plus 21. Add 3 to both sides, yes.